Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and I wanted to do a quick live video for you on the Gaijin marketplace. So if you go to trade.gaijin.net, you can get into the marketplace. You need to have two-step authentication on your account, and before that would mean you had to use something like a cell phone, but now you can set up two-factor authentication with your email account. So you just go to your email and enter the code that gets emailed to you. Yeah, baby. You are really interested in that stuff. So I just wanted to let you know that the market's crazy right now. So this is a buyer's market when it comes to the vehicles that have been in some other events. Very cheap for $359. A derpy 85mm Soviet tank destroyer. This thing is a barrel full of laughs. It's like it's like nothing else. You really gotta play this thing if you haven't yet. The Martlet Mark IV, a very good little, what is it, rank 3 I think, or grinder for the British. A charming little aircraft reminiscent of the American F5 series of aircraft, because that's exactly what it is. The MB152C1 France, a better MB152 with a premium bonus, $4 for a rank 3 premium aircraft for the French. I think it's rank 3. Is it rank 2? I could be wrong. Anyway, these are fantastic vehicles. The P43A1 USA for under $7. This is, or 7 Gaijin coins. This is a very fun little space potato. I have really enjoyed playing it, and it's one of my favorite low-rank American premiums. It's rare, and it's going cheap because people want to buy event stuff that's going on right now. Let's look at what's going on in the market right now. So if we look at materials, the rudder, 39 cents. Not bad at all, actually. That's fairly cheap. What else are we seeing? The parts are going for really cheap right now. Are they actually? Nope. Vertical stabilizer is still almost $13. I sold a vertical stabilizer yesterday for 22 Gaijin coins. Father forgive me, but that's just the way the market was. That's what somebody was willing to pay. So look at this. You can sell an engine for almost 13 Gaijin coins. And then again, you can buy 2 vehicles for that amount that it would cost just to, that someone's willing to pay for an engine. So now is the time to play the market. You see some of these pieces going for relatively cheap. I remember selling a brake system for around $3 on the first day of the event. Now it's only at $2.25. Other elements selling for much more as they're more rare. So if you're getting these pieces, it's just worth it to consider that you can sell them for relatively large amounts of Gaijin coins. So that's what people are willing to pay. And the market is a little bit crazy right now, but that means that it's in your favor. When the market changes, that is your chance to make some money. And people are willing to pay that much, so it's not wrong for you to ask for that much. So how do you play the market? If you look at the vertical stabilizer, you basically want to buy something when it's cheap. So you can see that people are willing to pay almost $10 here, and people are selling it for around 12. So you want to buy low and sell high. You can see the price on this one has fluctuated quite a bit. You can see it's gone up to around $30. Let's see, $50. Okay, and what have people actually been buying it for? Is this the right one? Oh my goodness, somebody sold one for $70. Now they're going down, 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 up and down quite a bit. So look, you can see one sold for 18 here, just a little bit earlier, one sold for almost 30. So if you can buy here and sell there, you might be able to make a profit. But there is a risk with that. You can see the price on this is starting to even out down at the lower numbers. One of them sold for 6, or no, sorry, one sold for 14, and then right before that they're going for around 14. So the price on this has gone down quite a bit. Look at early on in the event. $70. 100. Somebody bought one for $115. It's insanity. So when the market starts to fluctuate, always early in the event is the best time to sell parts. Generally speaking, parts and vehicles, because people will just buy all the parts to be the first person to sell, say, the Merkava, which sold for like 1,100 Gaijin coins or some crazy thing like that. So the best time to sell is when demand is high, and the first person to sell something can usually sell it for just a ridiculous amount of Gaijin coins. Then the prices start going down, and then once people figure out that a part is pretty rare, yeah, jacket, you ready? Push. No, you gotta put your hand in it and then push. Yeah, okay. But having said that, with the way that supply and demand works, I know it's a little bit complicated. I'm not explaining it very well. But basically, now is the time to sell parts if you don't want to unlock the vehicles that are in the event. And as I mentioned in a previous video, you can sell these things like the vertical stabilizer for 2 of these, and you have yourself a VFW. Because you can just buy it on the market, unless you're going for one of the things that takes 2 vouchers. Then it might be more worth it for you to sell your rare parts that you're able to sell on the market, and then buy whatever you want. I talked about how I picked up the F7 F3, which was almost 100 Gaijin coins when I bought it. The price is going up on that, by the way. So if we look at tanks and aircraft, you can see down here at the low end, I have this organized from lowest to highest price. This is a great little vehicle, under $4. You could buy both of these, even this one as well, with just a few dollars, because you got to pay that 20% tax to Gaijin. You could almost buy all 3 of these just by selling a vertical stabilizer right now. So if you don't have these vehicles here down low on the list, and I thought about picking up the P26, the price has actually gone down on this since the last time I looked at it, because again, everybody's trying to ditch these coupons for things that are higher up on the list. The Boston Mark 1 I wouldn't recommend, but everything on this side of the list, it's low rank. For the most part, but they're really fun. And if you don't have the Sonderkraftfahrzeug 234/3, all of the Sonderkraftfahrzeug vehicles are a lot of fun. This one's pretty low rank, but for 10 Gaijin coins, again, you can trade a vertical stabilizer for this. That's kind of cool. You'll be down about $2 because of the Gaijin tax, but anyway. Something to consider. You can sell parts. The VFW going for around 18 right now. I picked it up when it's going for around 17 right now. I picked it up at about that price, and if you look at the price history on the VFW, it's a very popular vehicle. So let's look at the price. Obviously, somebody paid way too much money for it right at the beginning of the event, but you see it quickly started dropping down to around 30, and then under 20. And it's been hovering at around the low side of 15 to 20 bucks, mostly around $16. So if you see this for, my theory was that it'll be around $10 by the end of the event. That might be the case, but it looks like it's leveling off around 16, 17 bucks. Not bad for a rank 3 premium at 5.7, and this is a very, very fun vehicle. And as I mentioned, if you sell your parts, you can sell 2 rare parts, if they're the right ones, and pick up the VFW. It's something to consider. You might not need to do as much grinding as you thought, or maybe you want to pick up something like the T26E or the Focke-Wulf 190C. Now is the time to sell the things that people are really hot on buying. This is an incredible deal. The Focke-Wulf 190C is a fantastic, very fun vehicle with a very sexy custom camo that I made on Live.War Thunder, and it's going for around 20 bucks. So that is just an incredible deal. You can see there's only a few of them for under 20, but there's more as the price ranks up, and this $20 for this plane is just a really good deal, especially again because you can sell a few event things. You can see I got 10 extra Gaijin coins just kicking around here because of selling rare parts, and you can have yourself a rare event vehicle, and this one has been just a lot of fun for me. This is a fighter that you can actually use in RRB. It's a fighter that's good at its battle rating for taking down anti-CAS roll in tank RB, and I wouldn't put this one, the price on this is a little high just because it's actually pretty rare. I don't think it's all that worth it. Same with the DB7. The Lag 334, pretty fun. Heavy Tank T30. Where else can you get a rank 4 premium heavy for 30 bucks? It's a pretty good deal, and again, you don't need to spend any real world money if you're going to sell things on the marketplace. So sell things when they're high, buy them when they're low. Let's look at the price history on some of these cheap things. So these are basically the War Thunder equivalent of penny stocks. So if you want to play the market, let's look at the price of the MB152C1, just because it's a little bit more rare than the other ones according to its card. And if we look at the price history, look at these jumps. So it's around $3-4 right now. Actually, those jumps aren't all that significant now that I look at it. But it's sold for as low as $2. Could you imagine picking this thing up for $2? And then you can hold on to it for a while and sell it for $4. So that's a 50% profit. Take away 20% for Gaijin's cut. And there are ways to play the market and buy when it's low, sell when it's high. You might have to wait a month or two. Or here, it's just been a few days, really less than a week, and the price has doubled. So if you follow the market, you can follow the price of any one of these things. The HE112, let's take a look at this one. Buy when it's low, sell when it's high. And how do you buy in to being able to invest in the market and play the market? Well, sell event stuff. It's free. You just play the game, and instead of going for a vehicle, you sell your stuff. Use it to buy some of these things. Look, this one sold for $3 on the 30th of last month. So what, 3 weeks ago? Sold for $3. Right now, selling for $11. Right? Do you want to make $8 just by waiting for a month? Just by holding on to something for a month? Play the market. These things happen. Now, during this event, some of the prices on things are going to fluctuate quite a bit, and then they're going to stay stable when people aren't interested in the market. Next time there's a market event, prices are going to fly all over the place. So that's something to keep in mind. The VFW. Let's look at the price history on this. So what if you hold on to your VFW coupon? Well, if you bought it back here, you wasted your time, and the price continues to go down. Before the event ends, I think the price is going to continue to go down, or maybe zippy, yeah, stabilize around 16, 18 Gaijin coins. After the event's over, once nobody else is able to unlock it, there's going to be a lot of people looking to buy it because they didn't get a chance to get it. And then I think that a month or two after the event is over, once even fewer people actually still have the coupon, the value of this is going to go up. And if let's look at an example that we've seen in another event. Let's look at the T30. So the T30, this was an event vehicle. The T30 event ended fairly recently. So the price on this one, rapid fluctuation. Look at this. This one sold for $20, and then a few days later, 3 days later, it's selling for $30. You see that? So if you pay attention to the market, you can make $10 in a couple of days if you pay attention. So that's how to play the market. You don't need to spend money to do it. You can sell event things right now to get into the market by getting some Gaijin coins. So that's what I did. And then you can start buying and selling. Now, am I going to do this? No. Because I'm a busy guy. I don't have time to watch the market, and I don't want to play that game. It's not technically gambling. It's called speculation. But if you play your cards right, all you got to do is read the chart. It really is that simple. These prices always fluctuate. Look at the Mark IV, A13. Look at this. Not a lot of people buying or selling it. Somebody sold this for 10 bucks. Another guy buys it for 16. Would I use this to play the market? No. You want to buy something that fluctuates in price. So the T30 is a good example. It's a little bit more expensive. But again, with these things that are more expensive, if you buy this when it's 20 bucks, you can make 8 bucks in a few days because that price fluctuates. If you're going for the penny stocks, then it's going to take you longer to make a profit. The tiger. I saw the furry tiger selling for a whole lot more than it's selling for right now. Look at this price fluctuation. Look at this huge fluctuation. One time sells for $37.55. Another time, what is it, the same day, it sells for 60 bucks. Almost. So somebody made 20 bucks. You know, minus 20%. So that's actually $16 they made over the course of a day, potentially. You see, look at this. Way down low, way up high. Way down low, way up high. So the furry tiger, great investment if you know where the low points are, around 30, 40 bucks. Right? And then it goes for around 50 is what some people are willing to pay for it in the same day. So if you see this going right now, this price, not bad. Not bad at all. Might consider picking this up if you're able to. Because look at these sale prices. People are already ready to sell it for 50. So you just put yours lower, 45. Make a few bucks. So that's how you play the market. It's not a guarantee. It is speculation. There's always the possibility that the market can tank and you're going to lose your investment. But if all you invested was some parts from the free event that you're playing, well, maybe you play around some. Maybe you're a kid that has some time with your computer and you can learn how to read a chart, know what the low price is, buy things when they're low, know what the high price is, decide to sell them when they're high, and you never want to sell them for more than other people are selling them for. So you want to sell yours around here. Buy it down here, put your price up around here. So it can go for around 60 bucks. Let's say you bought it for 40 bucks. If you sell it for $48, you made a little profit, and you'll probably sell it pretty quick. If you want to sell it for 50, maybe it takes you a little longer to get somebody to buy it. But somebody bought it right here for 58, so it's possible. See how that works? Alright. And if nothing else, you can always cash in the coupon. Have yourself a cool rare vehicle. Yak 9T. That's a cool vehicle. Is that the French Yak 9T? Yes, it is. That's pretty cool. I don't have that one yet. I might have to get it. Yak 9T is a monster of a vehicle. King Cobra. I always wanted this one, but the price on this one has been crazy too. So again, look at these prices. Not a lot of people selling them. Right? One sale. But look at this price difference. I wouldn't play the market on this one because there's not a high demand for it, and the price continues to be high. If somebody sold one for 50, then the next day, somebody bought one for 73. So there's a chance to make money there. You see how it works? Buy low, sell high. I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but let's check the comments real quick. See what you guys are saying. Puma says hi. Matt Tyson says sup. I made 5 planes now. My goodness, Matt Tyson, you're on a roll. I'm stuck on the 4th plane. I'm just selling vertical stabilizers because it's the only thing I can get. I've gotten 2 vertical stabilizers in 3 days, and that's the only rare parts I've gotten a hold of lately. So I think my grind is pretty much done. I think I'm starting to experience the effect that the European Canadian was talking about, and I'm okay with that. I mean, it's not cool. I think it's either a bug or a malicious code. I think it's a bug. But Merkava was 300 Gaijins. Yeah. I think the first Merkava that sold was around 1,100 Gaijin coins. Some guy with more Gaijin coins than cents just bought it right away. 1450, my god. Can you imagine the profit somebody made off of that? Because they probably spent about 400 or 500 Gaijin coins buying parts to be the first one to get the Merkava coupon, and then they sold it for that much. So if you have $300 or $400 worth of Gaijin coins at the beginning of an event, you can generally buy all the parts and immediately be the first person to sell and sell it for a massive amount. Do I recommend that? No. Because again, the price is going to drop on that pretty quick. But for the first day, let's look at the Merkava. Just Because next time we have an event, it's going to be the same way. It's always this way with these events. It was the same way with IS-7. It was the same way with the furries, the furry tiger and the furry cobra. Okay, she's not drawing on the table. I didn't plan for this to be this long, but this is a good discussion. So let's... Where's the search function? Search. What are we looking for? Merkaba. Merkaba, Mark 1, USA. Going for 80 right now. That's, you know, for a rare event, for the most popular reward, that's not so bad. I sold mine at 99, by the way. And then after the 20%, I was still able to pick up the F7, F3. I spent another $10 to pick up the F7, F3 right away. I just want to be clear on that. But I made like 78 Gaijin bucks by selling my Merkaba on the 3rd or 4th day of the event. But let's see what it was going for. So the first sale of Merkaba, 1,300. 1,300. So subtract 20% from that. That's how much they were able to make. What's that? Around 1,000 Gaijin coins. 1,000. Figure half of that is profit. So let's just assume that they spent 500 Gaijin coins accelerating their grind, buying other people's rare parts, buying the toolkits for the first 2 vehicles. First 3 actually, because you'd need to get your I-180 and then 2 vouchers. So yeah, it can be done. What was the next one? Almost 600, so a lot less here. 3 of them sold for almost 600. I figure that's around, again, subtract 20% from that. So you're looking at around, what, maybe 400 Gaijin coins, just doing quick maths in my head here. And then it's going for around 600 till day, let's see, so that's after 12 hours. After 12 hours, it's going for 400 now. The first one's selling for that ridiculous amount. What can you expect? So for the first one, let's say for the first 2 days of the event, it's going for around 200. And then it starts to drop. But you can still see it going for as much as 200 on the 14th. So that's 2 full days into the event. That's before, I got my first aircraft done on the 2nd day of the event. So I'd be working on my 2nd one. You'd have to buy parts to accelerate this, but for 200 Gaijin coins, not bad. Not a good time to buy one, but a good time to sell one. And then over the course of the event, it's dropping down around 150. The low 100s, down to 100. Here's the point where I sold mine. So this is where I actually ground out mine. Legit, just unlocking coupons, grinding through the game normally, not selling parts, and not buying parts. And I sold mine for 99. So around this area. What's this? The 16th, so that'd be the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, like the 4th day of the event. And now we're looking at around 80, 90. Around that, one as low as 78, but still not a lot of profit off of this. You see how stable this price is? You see the other ones that are going up, down, up, down, up, down? Those are the ones you can actually invest in. So when they go down, you buy. When they go up, you sell. And you can set it to automatically sell at a certain point. So really no issues with that. This, not a good investment. But if you're able to be the first or the second person to sell this one, look, one person sold for 13. Don't be that. Only one person is that guy, right? Are you going to be that one person? Probably not. But could you be the 4th or the 5th? If you buy all the pieces. Did they make a profit? Probably. They probably sold it at something that would be a profit for them. But this isn't the way to make a profit on the market. It's these little fluctuations that you make your profit. It's all about the day trading, guys. So you look at these huge price differences where it sold for 1,300 and now it's going for 80. That's not the way to make money. Only a few people make money that way. But everybody can make money on the little fluctuations, as long as it's fluctuating more than 20%, because again, Gaijin's going to get that 20%. So that's how to play the market. It wasn't the most clear talk, but buy things when they're low, sell them when they're high. Another piece of advice to sum things up: don't deal in things that don't sell very often. Look at the price history. See how many are actually being sold. If it's something like the A13, where people are buying like 5 of them per week, it's not a good thing to play with, because the sooner you can sell something for a profit, the better. So you want something that fluctuates fairly frequently, like the Focke-Wulf 190C, like the Sonderkraftfahrzeug, things that people are still interested in buying. But let's look at popular. All right, what's hot right now? VFW. That's one that's fluctuated a bit, but the price is going to continue to go down as the event goes on, so not a good thing to play the market with. Same with these ones. These pieces here, if these prices go up, you can sell them for a pretty good profit. But all the things for a current event, the prices are going to keep going down. Anyway, I've talked enough about that. I think you guys get the idea. Make money on the little fluctuations of the market. That's the most reliable way to do it. It's called day trading when you're talking about the stock market. But if you look at the Focke-Wulf 190C, here's a vehicle that's price fluctuates fairly frequently. Look at that. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Perfect time. But look how it tanked here. And when did it tank? On the 2nd. So something happened on the 2nd of this month that made that price just tank like crazy. Maybe people were selling to get ready for the next event. I'm thinking that's what it was. And then it starts coming up, down, up, down, up, down here. And it's starting to work its way back up. Why? Probably because people are starting to run out of coupons for it, right? People are actually using them, so there's always less available. And people are starting to spend money on the event instead of picking up these previous event premiums. But look at these fluctuations. This is going to continue to be something. If you can buy it for 16, then you can probably sell it. Look, same day, 20 bucks. So did he make a profit off of that? No, that's not enough to make a profit because that 20% Gaijin gets. So you got to keep that in mind. But if you can get it for 12 or 13 bucks, let's say the same day sells for 20 bucks. You're making a profit there. So it's going to continue to fluctuate. If you get a chance to pick this up for around 14 bucks, it's going to dip down there again, probably, because it has in the past. Anything could change, but it could go back down. So if you set an auto buy for this one on 12 or 14 bucks, you might get a chance to pick it up, but you might not. So your money's just going to sit there doing nothing. So that's sort of the idea. Try and make a profit of, well, you need to make a profit of more than 20% because Gaijin takes 20% off of your sales revenue in the market. And if you do that, you can turn a profit. And you want to do something that's varying in price fairly frequently, like the Focke-Wulf 190C. But again, be wise when you're doing this. Look at this Sonderkraftfahrzeug. Sell for under 5 bucks. Up in the low 10s here, almost up to 10 bucks. So that's a 50% profit, and now it's pretty stable at around 10 bucks now, except there's one that sold for 8. Not making any profit though if you buy for 8 and sell for 10. So if you picked it up, a couple of days ago, and when it's down to 5 bucks, you got yourself a good deal. But you gotta watch the market to do that. Anyway, I've said enough. Let's see what we have here. Being able to... Oh, I'm sorry, man. I know if you can't use the market, then this video is totally useless for you. But maybe one day, right? Maybe one day. I could barely make my third, says Dan K. You know what? I made... 3 of them? I made 3 of them, and I'm on the 4th. And my progress is just really slowed down on the 4th one. So I'm just selling things now, because I'm not planning on completing my 4th aircraft. I don't have anything I want to get anyway. I got the VFW... I got the Merkava. I got the VFW by playing the market, and I traded the Merkava for an F7 F3 because I realized that I'm probably not going to play the Merkava. It's just too high tier for me. It's not my style. I like mid-tier stuff. Even 6.0 for the F7 F3 is starting to get up there when it comes to propeller aircraft, but I actually had a really fun match in it today, and I'll probably have another fun match in it later once I start playing RRB again, especially. Puma, just now starting his 3rd. With my advanced knowledge of the market, do I use vouchers for the Merkava and buy the Tiger from the market, or get the Tiger with the vouchers and then buy? So right now, if we look at the market, let's compare the prices of the Merkava and the HMS Tiger. So if we go back to, should be pretty early here. HMS Tiger is going for 84 Gaijin right now, and that's a fairly stable price. I didn't check the other vehicles to see what they were worth. I think the Merkava was still the best bet when I traded in my Merkava, because see, the Tiger's been going for around the low 80s to the mid 90s for the past few days, and now it's down in the very low 80s, right, between 85 and 75. Look at the prices here. We got a few of them for sale between the mid 90s and the low 80s, and we got a few requests to buy at the low 70s. So you're looking at around 75 to 85, I'd say, is a reasonable value for this right now. What's the Merkava worth right now? So which one should you go for? And you can always check right before you trade in your vouchers. Merkava, it's going for the mid 80s right now. Same deal. Mid 70s to mid 80s. So they're worth about the same amount right now. I would bet on the Merkava being worth, well, it's an interesting thing. If you look at Merkava, it's fluctuated in price less. It's pretty stable at around 70 to 80 right now. It was around 100 to 90 a couple of days ago. Right now, the thing with the less stable price is the one that's more rare. But the demand is less for this as well. I think the HMS Tiger is going to have a pretty good demand, though. I think people are going to want this after the event's over, once they realize what a good vessel it is. But it's only going to be people that have an interest in naval. So that's going to be a fraction of the people that are interested in tank RBs. So the speculation is a little bit more here, but the price does fluctuate a little bit more. But are you willing to take that extra risk? What I would do is just wait until the last second. When you've decided if you're going to sell something, wait to cash in that voucher until you see what's worth the most, and then just go for it. But if you're just looking about maybe keeping it, maybe selling it on the market, just go with what you want. They're worth about the same. And then the JU-388, I don't know why it's selling for this much right now. This is a turd of an aircraft, if you ask me, but hey, maybe there's people that still want it. It's just not very good. You can see the price tanked pretty quick here. The first one only sold for around 200, and that's the insane price, right? So the demand for this is just not that high. The most somebody's willing to pay is around 200. And then look at this price. It tanked real fast. It dropped real fast. It kicks up a little bit here, but you see how these lines are more choppy, more straight? That means that there's not as much sales going on. So there's not a lot of demand for this, and not a lot of value either. So when there's a low demand for something, your risk is higher, because the market can fluctuate very quickly when there's not many people buying or selling. So you could buy at what you think is a low. Look how much this tanked. But then you need to sell it right away. You're barely making a profit there. You're making like $10 of profit after the 20% Gaijin gets. So my math's not perfect there. Let's see, between 70 and let's say you bought it here, right? You're not going to be that guy. You're going to be this guy. So you bought it for 140. You got a $30 difference here. $36. 36 minus 20% of 176. So 176 times 0.2. $35. You're losing $35. So did you make any profit on that? No, you made zero profit. Okay? So don't be this guy. Don't play the market on something that doesn't have high demand. Play the market on something that fluctuates a lot over a short period of time and has a lot of people buying and selling. That's the safest thing to do, because then those trends are a lot more stable. And then eventually you can play with something big that's worth a lot, like the KV-220. There's a steady demand for this vehicle and a low supply. So look at this. Look at these price fluctuations. Somebody bought for 300, somebody sold for 379. They made a little bit of a profit there. So what's $79 Oh, it's 379 times 0.2. So we're looking at a $79 profit. They made $4. If they were the person that bought it down here and sold it up there, they made $4 or $5. They made less than $10 on this, if that's the person that bought it low and sold it high. But what if you wait and you're the guy that sells it for $4.20? You made a little bit more. Alright, and that's over the course of what? From the 29th or so to the 8th, couple of weeks, right? Within 2 weeks, you can make, I don't know, 20, 30 bucks. Not bad. Not bad for just letting your money sit, but you got to pay attention to what the market's doing. So that's how playing the market works. I mean, I could talk about this for a long time, but it's basically repeating the same thing. And the simple way to do it is just look at things that are already fluctuating in price really quickly and go for that. But if you want to start playing the big hot ticket items, you might end up just having to hold on to this for a while. Eventually the price will go up. These prices always fluctuate as long as demand is still there. Now, what if there's an event and suddenly people can unlock the KV220 with some new event that comes to War Thunder? The old-fashioned Russian bias event, let's call it. And suddenly there's thousands of KV220s in the market. That price is never going to come back up to 300. It'll stay at around 100 for months. And then it may never climb back up to 300 because there's thousands of them available now. So that's how you can lose money on the market. And especially with these big ticket items, it's more dangerous to do that. So you want to, if you buy something that's worth a lot, you want to sell it for a profit as quickly as possible because it's a liability until then. Anything, even the idea of it coming back to the game, can destroy its value. So it's safer to play with the little stuff. But not things that are part of a current event. You want to use things that are part of a previous event where the price is fluctuating. Focke-Wulf 190C is a great example. 20 bucks, that's a great price for this anyway. If you end up having to just hold on to this and use it, it's a great aircraft. Lots of fun. So could you invest in it? This would be one that I would say. Consider investing. Going for 16, selling for 20. Alright, you're not making a profit right away. But look at, what's that? 13 days ago, a couple of weeks ago, was going for 13 bucks. Another 14 bucks, another 17. Now it's going for around 20. So if you can pick it up for 13 or 14 bucks, maybe even 15, in a couple of weeks you could sell it for 20. I think the price will continue to go up too because the supply is going to go down and the demand is pretty stable. It's a great aircraft. The event's already done, so there's no more supply coming in. The demand should be pretty steady. People still wanting the aircraft for around 20, 25 bucks. You'd see it was 23 before the event started, 22. So you figure this is worth around 20 bucks, pretty consistent. If you can pick it up for 15, go for it. Because you'll end up making, let's take a look at it. Let's say you buy it for 15 and you sell it for 20. What does Gaijin get? So 20 times 0.2. Gaijin gets $4. You made $1. So, it is a pretty reliable way to make a buck, but just $1 per trade at a $20 buy-in. Or you can buy something that goes for $3 and sell it for $5. Still make a little bit of a profit. See how that works? So you're not going to make a ton of money all at once. But every time you do a trade, you can make money. And what do you do for it? All you got to do is pay attention to the market. Anyway, what's Puma say? I haven't played any RB in my Tiger Cat. I've only used it on ground battles, and they meant nothing to me, Puma. You know that our relationship in ARB is still pure. I'm gonna play with you one of these days when I have some time. Let's see. I'm still grinding out daily tasks and special tasks because I want to get my well, that doesn't have anything to do with this video. It's about time I wrap this up. This was supposed to be a quick talk, but I gave you guys a lot of advice on how to play the market, and I think that that's useful. I am not an expert by any means, but it is pretty simple. It's basic math. The main thing is buy low, sell high. It's more safe to go with things that have a steady demand, and that means things where the event is not still ongoing and where you're not going to have new ones coming into the market because, again, value drops when supply goes up. And you don't want to buy things that have a low demand unless you know you can turn a profit quick. Hey, Tactical Biscuit. Good to see you. What's your AP value, Biscuit? And finally, you need to make more than 20% profit, or you're not making any profit, because Gaijin gets 20% off of the top of your sale. So do the math before you decide what you're willing to sell something for, and you're not going to be able to sell something if you don't sell it for what it's actually worth, for what people are actually willing to pay for it. So here I'm starting to play the numbers on my my viewer count. Look, demand is going up, but supply is going down. Goodbye, guys. Catch you in the next video.